Hello friends and welcome to my knitting podcast. This episode will be a little different because I wanted to take you on a trip to an Upstate New York event and meet local fiber artists and farmers. The annual event is called Washington County Fiber Tour and it's in its 31st year of existence. I have visited it a couple of times now and I always enjoy talking to the farmers, driving through the scenic Washington County with its rolling hills and wild cherry trees in full bloom, as well as learning more about raising animals that give us the fibers we use for knitting, like sheep, alpacas, goats, or even Angora bunnies. We visited 4 places in total, and let me tell you, it was enough to do in one day with a 1-year-old. So the first place we visited was only about 15 minutes from us. It's called the South Dominion Vineyard and it's located in Greenwich, New York. I will share their website address in the video and in the caption below so you can find out more about them if you want to. In this video you can see how they used their own vine to dye their yarn. I have personally never encountered this before. The farmers at South Dominion Vineyard have been raising Romney Dorset sheep for over the last 20 years. And they offer their wool and products at the winery since 2021. During my visit, I got greeted by 2 very friendly dogs, and I got to talk to Julie from Jules Hand Knits, who showed me her beautiful handmade baby hats in both natural and also more cheery colors. What was really interesting to me and my mom were the techniques Julie used on her hand knits, which combined different fibers and textures, creating one-of-a-kind items which would make perfect gifts for any baby shower. Julie started knitting many years ago, and while working at a magazine in New York City, she began to knit for her colleagues and friends, eventually deciding to sell her handmade items, and also moved to the beautiful upstate New York. What she really loves about the Hudson Valley area, and I do too, is the amount of fiber artists and farmers that reside here. So the next farm we visited was called Alpacas of Haven Hill, and we were immediately greeted and asked if we wanted to try to make our own soap with alpaca fiber. I stepped up and you can watch me work on the soap in the footage. Alpaca felted soap is a luxury item and it makes a great gift for anyone with skin sensitivities. We met a couple of the alpacas up close, but they didn't want to stick around too much, probably too shy to be on a podcast. The third place we visited was the local fiber mill called Bettengill Fibers. First we got to see these amazing naturally dyed yarns by Foster Sheep Farm. Aren't they just gorgeous? Then we got into a conversation with Lily Marsh, who creates these beautiful hand-woven fabrics, and showed us a really interesting new project inspired by the Japanese stitching technique called sashiko.
This is a new pattern for me. I'm playing with it because I love the sashiko stitching, that Japanese hand stitching. And so I was trying to play with how would you do that in weaving? What could you do? Can you make that an overall pattern? Can you? So this is the first set of them that I've put together, and now I'm going to play with so how wide, if you stretch the stitching apart, how does that change the look? How does that change the feel of the place?
You can find both Lily Marsh and Foster Sheep Farm on Instagram, so be sure to give them a follow if you're interested.
Yeah. I think that the Corriedale spun a little tighter. This is the Corriedale knit-up. Yeah. That's also just on a bigger needle.
Usually 2 or 3 sizes smaller than.
And that's a different yarn. That's the Skylar. That's the Rocky and
All right.
I also ran into my friend MJ Becker from the fiber mill, who graciously gave me 3 beautiful skeins of oysters and pearls yarn in DK weight in this beautiful dark wine color. I plan on making you a sample of my Lady of the Lake shawl, which was published some time ago in By Hand magazine. That's actually how I met MJ Packer, through the magazine. The fourth and last farm we visited was Quarry Ridge Alpacas. There was a lot to see here, from a demonstration of spinning to gorgeous alpaca yarns in various different blends, to luxurious hand-woven accessories and cute toys for children. My daughter really liked the soft alpaca fiber toys and almost left with one of them. I was thinking about getting her a toy, but I had a feeling it would just end up with the other toys in a box. She much more enjoys just romping around outside and picking dandelions. My mom purchased 2 yarns, one of which was a gift for me, to knit another sweater for my daughter. It is amazingly soft. I wish I could let you touch it through the screen. I'll let you watch the rest of the footage, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this kind of video, please subscribe to my channel Wilderness Knits, and maybe I'll see you next time. Thank you.